You unbelieve. Well, it's coming to my attention.
Well, that wasn't a complete sentence.
Oh, it's coming to my attention. There's a couple unbelievers on this show. Those without faith. And I want you to know, I'm going to pray for you.
Thoughts and prayers?
I'm doing it right now.
I feel it.
You can't stop me.
I feel your prayer.
I wanted you to
so
have...
hard right now.
You are?
I'm just starting to get a clue.
I've won. I really wanted you to be like, no!
I'm ready.
I wanted to directly send a spirit arrow into the heart of Satan that lives within you, but...
No,
Excuse
man.
me? He's down for it. He's
Satan
excited
doesn't
about
live
it.
within
All right.
If this episode gets 50 listeners, Jesus will save that kid that has cancer.
Just that one, though.
Yeah.
Is it Jake?
That kid.
Are you the kid?
I'm all the cancer.
Okay, so...
I gave the kid cancer.
Welcome to another installment of Two
or
Guns.
chlamydia. We're still not sure.
Holy Warriors.
Can you try that one more time? People were talking. Who are we?
We're Two Guns, No Ammunition. Thank you for joining us. I'm Billy Two Guns. We are No Ammunition. We're going to go around, do a quick mic identifier, tell you one cool fact about each of us that you can associate with these enthralling voices that we have. All right. I'm Big Billy, and let's see. What's neat about me? Oh, yesterday I went to a bar completely sober for 2 hours. Oh, I'm so fucking cool.
Straight edge. Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm Chris, and hey, Bill, your hair looks really great today. Did you use conditioner this morning?
I did. I showered this morning, and I combed it on the 50-minute ride up here.
And Chris's fact, for the record, is that he likes Bill's hair. Just in case you forget.
Okay.
There's a quiz at the end.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's pass fail.
I'm Lisa. Shit.
Okay, thank you for that.
Finished all my holiday shopping. I'm really proud of myself.
Lisa is giving shit for the holidays.
I'm Frank. I really want a milkshake. I would love Chick-fil-A, but unfortunately it's Sunday, so might have to stick to McDonald's.
Don't have that beer. We have done this
Oh my
dance
goodness.
Yes.
No
like
beer with
90
milkshake.
times.
Wait.
2.
No, he does it all the time, and I constantly have to tell him, no, Frank, you can't have a milkshake because you want beer later.
And then
he
you're
still
in the
gets it.
bathroom for however long.
I have Pepto at home, so I might be.
That won't save you.
That's
That
not a permanent
Pepto-Bismol.
solution.
No.
The Pepto can't save you now.
Okay, do you know what the secret is to Pepto-Bismol? It's got bismuth in it.
Yes.
Okay, bismuth cannot save your body from the milkshake, beer, elixir.
I
Like,
can
it just
have
can't-
beer, I just can't have double IPAs.
But that's what you drink when you have the milkshake.
All right. Who's next?
I'm Genevieve, and I think possums are adorable and misunderstood.
Oh, yes, they are.
Okay, and Jake, round us out, please. For the love of God.
My name's Jake, and fuck you.
All right, welcome to another installment. Today we're going to cover such diverse topics as bang, not plowing,
Not
testicles.
plowing was
We are
last
plowing,
time.
though.
Testicles.
and what else?
Freak
are we
out
gonna
of
talk
balls?
about? You having no honor. Boom,
Oh.
boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we're going to get started. Genevieve, what have you got in your hand there? I think this is a product that was made by some rich guy who's like, Monster does well, I'm going to do my own. And it's called what?
Bang.
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 That's it.
Did anyone ever see Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
I mean,
I try not to.
Oh, it might be a
Clips,
little too
maybe.
close to home for you.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. What the fuck?
okay.
But there's a guy in there that is a like douchebag billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
He makes his own brand of premium tequila.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling that if he made an energy drink, he would definitely call it Bang, and it would
Oh my
look
God.
and
And you
probably
could-
taste like that.
Drink it with the tequila.
You can drink anything with tequila, including milkshakes. You should
No.
definitely try that.
Jesus.
If you're at home and you're wondering what you should do tonight, you should drink milkshakes and tequila.
In
Yeah.
college, we
Don't
got
do
our
that.
hands on some Everclear, and we
Nice.
were like, what do we do with this? And I tried mixing it with a milkshake, and even that was not strong enough to overpower the Everclear. Why you do Everclear, I don't know.
It's literally
Why you
jet
do
fuel.
Everclear?
Your car will run if you pour it into the gas.
True.
Not drink it. do
That's
it.
not true, but
Try it at home.
yeah, you know, it's fucking
Maybe
true.
if it's one of those flex fuel boys that takes like corn and
Yeah.
French
Yeah.
fries.
Some,
But those you just like
some
put the
cars
corn
will
in
run
though. You just buy it at the store and you put the.
Just
whole
shove
cob
Or do you have
in
to
it?
shuck? You have to
Wholesale.
shuck it first.
No.
No,
I
you
think
just the whole
you
cob.
can put the.
No, it's all
the
fuel,
husk
man.
in.
It's all fuel. It's basically a wood burning stove.
Oh my
but
God.
for corn.
Can you
Amazing.
imagine a mechanic getting that as a job? Like
It's basically like an
Yo.
old timey steam engine,
Right?
but on the road.
All right, how's that bang taste in your mouth?
Wow.
This is why they named it that.
Yeah. How's your mouth
very
post
tasty.
bang?
Close partnership
Post-bang.
with various pornography companies.
I feel like
no, I'm questioning the name, but
I feel like because I heard that name, I feel like I was like, that's a fucking stupid name. And then
Oh my
I was at
God,
the
that's for
store
Genevieve.
2 months later, and I was like, oh, there's that fucking stupid bang. I guess I'll buy one. They did it. They got me with that stupid goddamn name.
That's only illegal in a few counties in all of the United
So you
States.
could buy
to buy
Bang?
bang.
yeah.
I bang.
Okay, so go ahead and give us a review.
Well, this is purple guava pear.
Okay.
I don't know what those taste
What does
like.
purple taste like?
Yeah, I don't know what purple and
Wait.
guava.
Purple guava.
Guavas are
is
delicious.
Maybe a thing.
30-second timeout. Can we point out that it has super creatine in it?
It does. Yeah. And,
Super.
yep, it's super creatine.
I'm sorry, it has Ultra CoQ10.
Yes.
Oh my God.
and
Ultra
DHA
cocaine?
It has
aminos.
Mega Coke.
Does that make this a pre or post workout or both? Why don't you just drink it for both?
No, you drink it
Wait a
during the
minute.
workout, before and after.
It's meant to be a water replacement.
It will replace
is
all of
way
the
too
water.
They
in
want you
your
to
body.
subsist on it.
It's also the like underneath bang. It says potent brain and body fuel.
potent.
Brain fuel.
Brain fuel, but not gamer fuel.
Oh.
Well, I mean, if you use your brain to do the gamers, then
But that
To
doesn't happen.
do the gamers,
yes, and also to do the games.
it is called bang.
right.
Okay, so
It's a multi-purpose beverage.
It doesn't have that anywhere on here. I don't know
aside
if I
from
believe
its
you.
sick labeling, how's it taste?
It just tastes really sweet and fruity, like an energy drink.
Do you like it?
Would you use it in place of bath water?
Would you take it intravenously?
Probably no to all of those.
Do you feel more energized?
Kind of, but
It's because of the super ingredients and the
super
ultra.
creatine.
Kind
Do
of,
they have
Yeah, I
super
don't know what else is in
caffeine?
it.
kind of, but what? The part after the butt is what I'm really interested in.
Well, I did
That's what
also
most
just
of
take
us
my
are
meds,
interested in.
so I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
sure if it's that or if it's this.
Are
Well-
you safe to mix meds with that drink?
It doesn't have any warning. Wait, there's a warning.
Oh God.
Warning: too much caffeine may cause. Oh, okay, it's just caffeine warning.
I will attest that once you drank that, you did not stop talking.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, that's good.
You,
I
you
think-
are fully energized.
Okay.
I think the true test of this will be if it burns when you pee after you drink it.
That's true.
And/or does the pee glow?
Does
Yes,
it glow?
If it changes any kind
no,
of color.
not if. What color will it glow? Is the
That is
question.
an important detail.
If it's black, then it's a problem.
You know what I found out?
Oh God.
I found out that liquid laundry detergents glow in the dark under black light.
Oh.
I didn't know that. You can paint on the walls with it.
Oh.
Amazing.
Yeah,
That's
look-
cool.
Right?
That's why your clothes can look like they got jisms all over them if you didn't.
Mine did
Yeah.
not look like
if you
that.
rinse,
No.
if you didn't rinse the
What
soap
do you
out
wash
enough,
your clothes with?
Jisms.
Soap. and if it
Jism
doesn't,
soap.
if it doesn't rinse out properly, and you go under a black light, you look like you just got bukkake. Bukkake.
Buka cake.
Okay.
Yeah,
Boot
bukkake.
cake?
That's how they say it in
Bun
Japan.
Bun cake.
Bun
You
cake.
got bun cake.
Nice.
That's like a mom's interpretation of
it's
that word.
it's the
Oh,
English.
bun cake.
Watching these videos about bun cakes. I don't get it.
All right, going with the theme of bang.
He's been really into baking recently.
What kind of bang? How many?
How many bangs?
No, not how many bangs. What kind of banging would you rate it?
What kind of bang?
Yeah.
Is it like a pop rock? Is it like like one of those
Explosion?
snaps? Is it like a snake
We're
firework?
talking about fireworks. Okay.
Or are we talking like artillery cannon?
Oh, I thought I meant like, is it a finger bang? Is it a shocker? Is it a little tongue bang in the fart box? Or is it a straight up?
Getting salacious on the episode today, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable answering that.
It's very auspicious that I'm wearing such baggy pants.
Oh no.
You guys
Leave-
plan this.
just
All right,
gonna
give
leave
us
that
the
there.
explosive bang.
The explosiveness.
Thermonuclear warhead.
Definitely not that. It's not as cool as that. Probably just like standard firecracker.
Oh,
What are you
Boom.
looking at?
pretty underwhelming.
color? It's clear.
Yeah.
I expected it to be purple.
Is it? It is clear.
If you pour it on the ground, it'll
Maybe
burn
it's
through
like
the carpet.
just lightly purple. Pour it. Jake, I'm gonna pour it on the carpet.
Yeah, please. Just
Worth
for
it.
Science.
For science, yes.
What do you need that security deposit for, you fucker?
It's already fucked anyway.
All right. Now, I want to talk about a movie. Welcome to Two Guns, No Admission. It's movie time.
Tickets, no admission, get it right. For this series that we've never actually done. You idiot.
But now we are.
Years ago, I saw Will Sasso as a gladiator fight a special needs guy.
Wow.
And I said,
In real life.
This seems like an amazing movie. And I didn't think about it again. So 5 years later, which is today, I Googled it. Well, it's this year. And it's an actual movie. And it's called like Awesomest Maximus, which is basically a play on Gladiator.
Gladiator and, well, okay, yeah, the name is a play, sorry. The movie,
Go ahead.
the movie makes fun of like 300 and Troy. And some Gladiator in there too, but it's kind of just like ancient Rome movie.
How many guys
Agree.
wearing Speedos are there?
All of them,
Yep.
Nice.
Too many.
including Will
Smith?
Sasso.
Oh, Sasso.
Oof.
Oh.
Who's Will Sasso?
Is that comedian?
He was on,
Mad TV.
Mad TV.
Hold on, I gotta Google him.
But he was
He was in Super Troopers too, right? No.
He did that Vine with the lemon.
Oh,
a lemon party?
You know what I'm so happy that triggered the right person for you.
He was in
Yay!
the Three Stooges remake.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
That's what he says,
He
right?
looks like he could be. Which one's the bald one? Is that Curly?
Oh, fucking no.
Yeah.
That makes no
Was
sense.
he
but it
Farva
probably-
Because-
in Super
yeah.
Troopers? Was he Farva in Super Troopers? No.
No.
is he in
Google
Super
Will
Troopers?
Sasso if you're curious. He
Hey,
has
Google.
an IMDb page.
All right, so I'm going to continue down this thread here. This movie, I Googled it, and it came right up because Google has reached the point of singularity. They know everything.
Like, oh, we know exactly what you remember.
Yeah. I just looked at the screen, and Google's like, "You want this, Daddy?" And I was like, "Thank you, Google."
Please don't call me that anymore.
Or call me more, one or the other. So it's Awesomest Maximus or some shit like that. You'll fucking find it. Will Sasso in a gladiator movie, and it's on Amazon Prime Video. So we brought it up, and I made Genevieve.
Thanks, Jeff Bezos.
I made Genevieve watch it with me, and it's pretty good. Right? It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Some of the jokes really, really slap, as the kids say. Right?
What?
No.
The kids only talk about one type of slapping.
No,
That's from their parents.
Somebody said Chick-fil-A slapped too hard.
What?
SpongeBob got bangers that slap.
Literally never heard this
Nope.
word used in this way.
Well, you know,
I have.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Bill. I know what you. I'm current with the
The kids.
adolescent
Yeah.
jargon
well, your girlfriend knows you
nomenclature. What?
also. So it's on there, and we start watching it, and it's there's a guy who's like all ripped looking, and oh yeah, it's really
The
low rated.
legend of
The legend.
Awesomest Maximus.
Oh my god.
So he's like, Will Sasso's a general for some Roman army, but he's also very dumb. He's there by like birth, and he's got an assistant who helps him out, who actually wins all the wars. And Awesomest has a super hot wife who's power hungry and wants Awesomest to prove himself to her father so that he could become supreme king, whatever.
Because like she's the like princess or daughter of
Yeah.
the king.
Yeah.
But
And
she has a brother who's next in line.
yeah, the brother's next in line, but he's like a homosexual.
The gayest Ryan Reynolds.
That wasn't a
ever.
big deal back in those days, though, was it?
No, but I mean, they like play it up in
That
the
would-
movie.
Yeah, well, this guy was he was really
tries to be
effeminate,
straight.
and they're like, ugh. The king's like, I can't have my son be a fruit. So
Yeah, I can't have him being the next leader. Pretty much.
so then Xerxes shows up, and they do the thing where he
Did they
wears
scissor?
he wears all the
They don't scissor.
jewelry, and then there's a battle, and Will Sasso. The funniest part of the movie to me is they're like, they're doing the 300 battle, and I forgot that they push guys off the cliff in that. And Will Sasso goes, "Push them off the cliff!" So they all start pushing the immortals off the cliff. And then the camera cuts back to Will Sasso, and he goes, "We're pushing you off the cliff!" And I thought that was really funny. And then like everybody gets too hype, and they also push Will Sasso off the cliff. And everybody's real sad, even though he's a terrible general, because they assume he's dead. And that's how you get into the gladiator story. And he ends up in a cage.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
And then he meets a black guy who's like normal, hip American guy with a 90-foot dong. So they
And
make
a whole
that
bunch of
joke.
weed.
So I was, and they smoke weed. So I was like, this is hilarious, of course. And then he goes through gladiator training. He actually becomes good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the best scene in the movie, I will set this up. Brad Pitt, a look-alike, right?
Testicles.
No. Yeah, Testicles. That's his name. He's
Yeah.
like Achilles.
But he got dipped into the river Styx by his balls.
Yeah. So
that's
instead
why
of
he's
being dipped in by his heel like Achilles was, his mother when she dipped him in the holy water held him by his ball sack. So that's his weakness. So and he does that fucking stupid ass shit that Brad Pitt did in Troy, where he runs and he spins and he jumps and stabs people instead of like
in slow motion.
Yeah, instead of like fighting in a normal way. But they have him do a bunch of flips. And
They exaggerate it.
and he's like super cut up, but if you look, it's clearly like drawn on abs. It's only made it better. And oh, wait a minute, I didn't notice this. Here,
What, he's
Will
got
Sasso's
gladiator?
wearing a fucking wristwatch.
Amazing.
I also like how that picture of the movie poster had his sword with like 3 rotisserie chickens on it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much, yeah, that's accurate. Oh my God.
He has a wristwatch on. This
So-
is amazing.
So they switch to this scene. They're like, Testicles had a cousin who was exactly like Testicles except for one way. And the camera, like you see them sword fighting, and the camera
I
switches
think they both
over,
have helmets on.
and there's Testicles' cousin who clearly has Down syndrome. And they just call him Testicles' cousin. That's
Even
his name.
That's
Testicles
his
calls him
name.
Testicles' cousin.
Yeah. And they're like sword fighting. And then the rest of the movie, they play the characters straight. So Will Sasso goes in to become, he becomes a gladiator. He's in fighting. And then it looks like Testicles jumps in and he runs over and he does all the flips.
Mm-hmm.
And Will Sasso turns around and chops his head off. And everyone's like, yeah, you killed Testicles. And then they pick up the head. And it's Testicles' cousin. And they're like, you killed a mentally handicapped person. He's like, no, I didn't know, I swear. And that was the scene I saw that made me want to watch this movie. And it's pretty good. So, like, this movie's good. It's not too long. It's good for a good chuckle. There are some scenes. And it's pretty clear that, like, a lot of these guys are just fucking around having a good time. And they probably shot it in 4 or 5 days. I don't think we get any boobies, do we?
I don't remember.
We do get a cool sex scene though, where Will Sasso and partner.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, they make really ridiculous faces.
Like that one we
And
just
it's all
saw.
like slow motion.
Yeah.
Not any like you don't.
Oh, there's a lesbian kiss.
There is
Okay.
a lesbian kiss.
And then
Narrated by Ludacris.
Yes.
I'm sold.
That is a.
and I'm
pretty
gonna
key
spoil
part.
it at the end because
And it has all the guys from Workaholics, I think.
yeah. But at the end it's the gay son of
Gay
Troy
Ryan
or
Reynolds.
whatever. He is in love with Xerxes, who's also gay in this.
Well, I mean, yeah, he dresses kind of.
And at the very end, it's he goes, wait a minute. So we had to have all this. Will Sasso's talking at the end because now everybody respects him. We had to have all this fighting. All these people had to die because you two. And the
brother.
The brother holds up his hand, because he hears what's coming, and Will goes, "You two faggots." And the brother's like, "Okay." couldn't just admit you're in love with each other. And I think all the information I've given you pretty much sums up this fucking movie. Like, don't pay money to watch it. Don't even be like, hey, we're going to watch this movie, so don't do anything else. If you're like, wow, I'm like really fucking big right now, throw it on. And you're like, I'm drunk and I want to waste some time. Throw it on. If you're like, I just need noise so that I don't feel alone, put it on. It's, what did you think of it, G?
I think your assessment's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Just like it's not necessarily worth like paying a whole bunch or sitting down and focusing on, but it was entertaining to watch, and like you said, not very long either. So
It's on Prime Video, right?
Yeah.
If you already have Amazon Prime, you can watch it.
If they could probably cut the movie down to half as much content, and then it would just be all the funny content.
yeah.
Right.
So Will Sasso make a super cut.
Yeah. There's one scene where they go and they talk to the who is it? The Oracle.
Yes.
And it's like these pustuled guys from Workaholics.
Yeah.
And the Oracle they're just strippers. These guys are like, we need you to tell the future, so dance. And they like get them on. And anyway, they have like this weird like rub my. They have them pop a pustule for sexual gratification, and I wanted to barf.
Excuse me.
Yeah, cut that out.
I do think there's boobies in that scene, though.
There are some titties in this movie. I forgot.
Yeah.
Pustule
They're pretty good.
I mean, there might be titties in other spots in the movie, but I just remember there being boobs in
now
there.
titties confirmed. So
Are they covered in pustules too?
No,
they're just
these are the nice supple young.
Are you sure they
ladies.
weren't just one giant pustule?
I mean,
all right. So there you go. I give it 4 sass out of 6.0.
Oh.
All right. What did you guys want to cover? Because I could keep on rocking. I got more content.
More?
But I feel like Frank might have brought something to the table.
Of course.
Yeah.
So Apex Legends came out with a new game mode.
What?
Oh, I haven't played in so long.
Are you working
got
on
bored.
what are you working on your posture?
Yeah, we watched Downton Abbey.
Lisa is working on my posture. I'm totally fine to sit like this.
You sit like a man,
Right.
hunched over like a gorilla.
That's a man.
I drag
If
my
it's good
knuckles
enough-
on the floor.
Did you see how yoked those fuckers are? If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for Frank.
I drag my knuckles and something else on the floor.
That's racist.
Okay. What?
The bodies of your dead.
Yes.
Please continue.
My
Lisa
hands.
by the scalp.
Anyway.
I'm just imagining like a big wooden club, and he hits her, and it makes that like ridiculous
Bonk.
open domain, like bonk. And then he drags Lisa by her 9-foot long hair
Yeah. So
out the front door, and he locks it. Like, get out of space. All right.
So Apex came out with a new game mode for the holidays. It is a big holiday celebration. And so Apex is a battle royale game, I think 60 or 80 or something like that players, typical battle royale format. Their spin is that you can get brought back after you get knocked out though. So you can, if you go down, you can still get revived like in most of the other team-based ones. But then also if you die fully, they can recover your banner and take it to a place and you get drop shipped back in. So that's the normal Apex mode that way, like if you go out in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first 2 minutes of the game, your teammate can still get you back. You'll spawn with no equipment, but you're
That's
back.
genius.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be forced to constantly matchmake for people.
Right.
But you can recover your dropped weaponry.
As long as
if you're
nobody else-
revived,
yeah,
you can grab it again.
Exactly, yeah. So anyway, they came out with a new mode on the map. They changed the map for, I don't remember which season, probably the most
season
recent
2.
one.
They
Yeah.
kind of like it was the same map. What's it? What canyon is it?
Kings Canyon.
Kings Canyon. They kept the original map, but then they did tweaks to the environment around it.
Right.
So they kind of refreshed a lot of things. They put
copied
some new
Fortnite.
drops in and stuff like that. Yeah.
They copied Fortnite. Fortnite for until recently, I think. I don't even remember. I haven't played Fortnite in a year or more, probably. They would slightly tweak the map for each season. So similar Apex did. But anyway, there's a train on the map for Apex that goes around, and you can jump on it, and it just it's a train, right? So they came out with a game mode where it's 3 teams of 3, and the objective is to capture the train, like in a King of the Hill mode, right? And that used to be my alarm tone for a long time. Anyway, so it's 3v3v3, capture the train. The rounds are very short. You generally get about 60 to 90 seconds between rounds, followed by 1 minute to try and capture the train. And then if no one captures it by the end, there's a 30-second overtime. And if nobody gets it, there's no points that round. First team to 3 wins. You can also win by eliminating all 6 other people, right? It's definitely more fun than the Battle Royale mode.
Really?
Each day they rotate. So for Apex, there are different characters that you can pick that have, similar to Overwatch, like different abilities that they get. And it kind of feels a little bit like Overwatch, because in Overwatch, you have the different characters that have different abilities. Generally, there's like an active ability, a passive ability, and an ultimate ability, right? And the ultimate takes time to charge up, and when you use it, it's like really, really useful. So for Apex, there's, I think, 13 different legends that you can pick from, and the loadout for each one, the guns that they get, change every day for this mode. So one day this one character could have like a really good loadout, and the next day somebody else could. So it's forced me to use, like, I picked the same 2 essentially all the time in the normal Battle Royale mode, but since I prefer to use some of the different weapons, it's made me switch to those characters for that day. Yeah, I really like it.
Apex Legends is a free game, right?
It is, yeah.
That's one aspect I really like about Apex, is that like I have like my my 2 weapons that I typically use on a regular basis, but a lot of the times it'll force you to have to use other weapons because of ammo scarcity or whatever. So like I'll usually use the Ava 88 or whatever, the automatic shotgun, and I usually keep a pistol on me on the side but a lot of times it's like, no, because I suck with automatic weapons in that game. I am total trash with them. And so, but like you don't have a fucking choice sometimes. Like you have to get what's around you, and that's just what I love about it.
So you can avoid that Call of Duty situation
Yeah.
that I read about, where everybody uses the same gun, the one same gun.
So one of the most interesting things about this, first of all, I'd like to point out, like, I played this with Zach and Sean, friends of the podcast, and they've both been on, right? Sean, I know for sure has.
Wait,
I don't think Zach
my
has
friend
been on
Sean?
yet.
No.
Oh,
Yes, Frank's hanging out with your friend.
I figured maybe they were playing online. I don't know.
Yeah. No. The Sean, my friend Sean, that was on. Yeah. And so we played it from like the first day, and first of all, the freaks stayed away from it for a little bit. Because, like, especially with Battle Royale modes, or Battle Royale games, like the competitive esports types games, the freaks are out there, and they're just, like, absurdly good, and you're like, dude, you need to, like, go spend time with your family, because, like, you're really good at this game, but, like, you only get that way, like, you can only get there in one way. Right. Like, go spend some time with your families. It's the holidays. But even since they started to draw towards this game type, the 3 of us have been absolutely fucking ripping it. Lisa can attest to this because she's seen us.
It's true.
On occasion.
Lisa, tell us how cool Frank is.
Please tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good.
You're good, Frank.
But say it in a really sexy voice, like you say it when your guys are alone together. You're like, oh yeah, you're very good at this video game.
Frank, your drives for Apex are incredible.
They've been recently upgraded.
Whoa.
Yeah.
NC-17 rating for this episode.
We've been, I'm not kidding when I say we've played a lot. We played a lot last night, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we were playing a ton, like several hours every day. We've won 75% of the matches that we play, maybe even more.
Shit.
Yeah, like 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5.
I think you need to hang out with your family a bit more.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't think we're in the freaks category because we get daddied often. The one
Tell me
problem
more
is
about this daddy.
So Apex employs skills-based matchmaking, similar to Call of Duty, and if you keep winning, you just kind of get tiered up, and then once you lose, you drop back down. So we'll win 3-4 games in a row, and then we'll get put into this game where like we're clearly out of our league, you know, and like we'll just like walk into the train and just immediately get mowed, like all three of us just get mowed down in like 5 seconds, and we're like, oh, okay. You know,
These people exist.
yeah, and especially because like you're riding pretty high after getting a couple of wins in a row, and you're like, dude, we fucking cried. And like, you know, we'll play a game where we each get a ton of damage, and we'll have like 7 or 8 kills apiece. You know, so it'll have like 21, 25 kills on our squad, and we'll come in, we'll drop it. It's like so at the beginning of every game for Apex, they show you like who's on your squad and the characters that they're playing, and then who the champion squad is that you're matched up against, because somebody that you played against has won in the last match, maybe 2, but they show you like the best scoring team from the last match that you're playing against, and it'll be us, and you know, you'll have your nice little banners up there, and you'll be like, yeah, we're the champions, and then you drop and you get absolutely smoked before you even turn around, and you're like, cool.
Champions at dying.
Yeah, basically.
You spawned in. You died.
Yeah,
That sounds familiar.
yeah.
You did fucking nothing. You're dead. Lisa, you ever heard that story before?
So yeah, it's a big. They have a lot of production value for the game type. The train is decorated with garlands and Christmas trees. Everything is decorated with holiday stuff. They brought the voice actor for one of the legends in to record lines specifically for this, you know, like the narration of the game type. Did a really good job. It's really well written. It's funny. They specifically recorded new music for it, so it's like holiday themed jazz music. It's almost like Christmas mall elevator music. So it's really funny when you get super pissed off after like, you know, like you're waiting in between the rounds, so you go out, you can't get revived, right? So if you get killed, you're out for the round until you respawn after somebody wins that round. So you're just sitting there like this, listening to like Christmas elevator music, and you're like staring, you know, like I can't be too mad because this music is too calming. Yeah, it's not actual like Christmas carols or anything like that, but it's, you know, it's like jazzy. You can tell it's like
holiday music.
Yes, ambient holiday music. Exactly.
So if you guys are wondering why I asked Lisa if she'd heard the "you did nothing, you died" thing before, Frank has been our DM recently for some Dungeons and Dragons. And one of our old friends, one of my old workmates, MD, I don't know if he's been on the podcast yet, but we'll call him a friend.
Still a friend of the podcast.
Still a friend of the podcast. He's been my DM for a number of games forever, and we start playing with Frank, and I'm playing a cleric, and I really just need to be a tank. Sorry, paladin. I really just need to be a tank one of these games, but somebody is always already the tank before I start playing, because I'm not that good. You know, I'm not like a finesse player at D&D. Anyhow, we walk into this building, and I am attacked by blood-sucking bat mosquitoes, and then I fall downstairs onto spikes. I lose over half my health. I've done literally nothing. And I was like, so Frank's like, I was like, oh, I didn't understand the shape of the stairs. I would actually do this. So Frank let me go. I jumped over the thing. I lose more blood. I take a bunch more damage. Like, I try to kill the mosquito stuck in my body. It's like, you missed. I lose more health. And the fight before that, we had this really cool plan to go in and raid a cave. And like, we all got, we led like 9 orcs there to get bodied by this level 7 necromancer, and he exploded all of them and me. Literally, the battle was, you died, and then I was dead for the battle, and then Lisa revived me. Battle over. I did what? Nothing. And then I died. And like, that happened the other day. and it. I think it's because I play too tanky because I'm like, this needs to be exciting, but I don't have the health. A tank obviously is a unit that can take a lot of damage. Blah blah blah.
Paladins are D10 hit dice though, and you have a good AC. You should be able to tank. Shield of Faith too.
You have a higher AC than I do.
Yeah, but I still get bodied, so I'm doing something wrong. So anyhow, the point of the whole story was I get to the end, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I just fucking died again. And MD's like, thank God it happened here because I thought it was just me. So no matter who's DMing, I do nothing, I die. We used to play with another guy, Josh, and I'd be like, I investigate this pot. You know, it's like a clay pot. It'd be like, a spear hits you in the head and then a monster bites your balls off. Your character's dead forever because this is Virgin 1. I'm like, oh, fuck me. I was throwing an emotional connection. That's just my style, baby. I'm meant to die.
Wasn't there a point where you tried investigating like a hole in the ground and you ended up dying?
I'm sure. Yeah, I think.
Listen, Sean Bean is one of my favorite actors. And he dies in everything.
It's true. It's true.
You are D&D's Sean Bean. And
Does he
should be proud.
Does he do nothing and then die?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
that's
Yeah.
me.
Usually, no, but sometimes.
Were you telling me I need to start using Shield of Faith or whatever more often?
Yes.
I'm not saying anything.
He just reminded me
I
that
have
you
no
had
idea.
that.
I just roll the dice, man.
The one time I played D&D, it was only once, but it was great. I played I roll a rogue, and we were raiding this dungeon, and don't need to go super long-winded, but basically, like, the rest of the party was staying as a group and taking the direct route and got caught into like a pit trap, right? I hadn't been. I like went up on top of shit. I was scouting, so when they got caught, I just went down and used a rope and helped them all out. Like I like because they had no other way out. So whatever. I was like essential. And that was just one example of several other steps along the way where I was just nailing it. Like all these great like support moves just to get where we needed to be. And then the battle started. And I rolled like critical fails left and right. I like shot at I had like a hand crossbow. I shot at my teammates by mistake.
What?
I like critical fail.
Yeah.
Oh, you played with a DM who did that. Who
Yeah.
punished you for rolling ones.
Yeah. Now the way that was resolved was hilarious because Andrew's character was like a modified, I don't know exactly what you would call it, but basically it like magic, but centered around magic mushrooms.
Oh.
And earlier on, he rolled super high on getting these getting these two like guards from the city basically enthralled to him with magic mushrooms. Like he's dosed their like beer or whatever. Yeah. So he had a posse with him, and he literally threw one of them like so long, Bowser, like in the way of the bolt, and he took the hit instead because he was just rolling high left and right.
Wonderful.
So like no one actually got hurt except an NPC.
And they don't count
so
as
then
people.
like I was like, okay, well I'm useless, and they beat him anyway. And then I just started looting everything before they could. I was like, meh. Fuck it.
Well, I played my part in this.
It was very comical.
Yeah.
I will say I had a very good scene in our last session that we played with our little sidekick who I control, Nib, who's a little halfling. And she's so cute.
Why?
She's little Nib, and she's just a sidekick NPC, so she's not really a real character, but she doesn't really do much during our fights.
Does she also die?
No. She kind of just throws her firebolt, her little cantrip. She just kind of throws it at people. She's like, oh, here we go. And she like misses half the time. I'm just like, Nib, you stay back and just don't hurt anyone. But instead, we were in this old abandoned house. And we were creeping up on what we heard through the door was a big room full of like 5 or 6 orcs or something. I was like, okay. Like we're all getting ready. We're like, okay, we're going to surprise them. This is what we're going to each do. And so we go and we throw the door open. And what do I have little Nib do? I send a shatter spell at them, which ends up destroying the floor of the room that they're in. So they all take damage from my, I think it's thunder damage or lightning. I don't remember. But they all take damage from the spell, and then they all take falling damage, and she kills like half of them in one go. And I was so proud of her.
This Nib is the same little fucker who, when I'm getting attacked by these blood bat mosquitoes, she's like, I'm not interested in that commotion. I'm going to go investigate these fucking sticks.
Yeah, Nib's kind of like, she has a little bird friend. She's a little
hate her
halfling, and
so
she's
much.
all these little stick creatures, and Nib's kind of
Fucking
just,
useless.
she's kind of doing her own little Nib thing.
I'm like jumping off balconies to escape assault. My favorite part of that encounter was I was like, I go towards this door, and Frank goes, roll for initiative. And I go, okay. I sneak towards this door. And he goes, roll for initiative. I was like, fuck.
You're like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Nope, still going to do it. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You rolled, I mean, hey, you rolled it well on stealth, but they rolled better on perception.
True.
So what's that spell I should be using?
Shield of Faith.
What's it
Ups
do?
Your armor, or your AC by 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Read your character sheet.
And you have lay on hands.
My character sheet that I hand wrote and is hardly legible, and that
No, you know, it's funny.
you
It's
keep
your
at your
handwriting.
house.
It's funny, though, that Frank, after
Are
you
you
guys
saying
left
you
last
keep
session,
it, like-
remarked on how nice your handwriting was.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Good time.
But yeah, it's at your house. See how he tricks me.
You
Yeah,
are
but-
welcome to take your
Yeah,
character
it's-
sheet
so then you have
home.
to remember to
Are
bring
you
it
holding
back.
it hostage from him? Like what's
No, yeah, I just kept it with the rest of the stuff because, also, D&D Beyond is a thing. You can copy it on there.
What kind of free time you think I have over here?
I don't know. You can do it.
You know what,
Sure.
Lisa? I'm sure you and Frank have pillow talk about my shield of whatever, and you didn't fucking even think to tell me. We're in the same party,
Dane kind of hates you a little bit, though.
but
My
outside of the
character.
game.
Because I'm a
Outside-
dwarf and he's an orc.
We're in the same party, and MD, the fucking DM number 2 in the party, he's like, actually, I interpret these rules. They have their little fucking DM boner talk over there. He couldn't have mentioned it. No, because everyone's against me. I fucking knew it.
Why everyone betray me?
Yeah.
Fine.
Alex Jones.
Dane will remind you how to play your character next time you play.
Or when you are reminded of something you've never known, it's called teaching, and that's not something to be ashamed of. You guys are you're not gonna make me feel bad for having a lot of things to do. I'm trying my best.
Jimmy's rustled.
My God,
It's okay, Billy. It's all right.
we're taking a Frank.
Billy, I'm
Frank, anything to say about the new Apex Legends? Anything else to say?
I wish more games would push out updates for holiday stuff like this. The goings on of the world outside of it. At least ones that regularly update their content. Anything season based. What comes to mind is like a Diablo, right? That's very seasonal. All of the competitive, like basically all the esports things that have seasons or leagues or anything like that. Like Fortnite started it. I hope other games catch up like Apex is doing.
HOTS has it. I started playing Heroes of the Storm again, and they always do like holiday things. So they
Yeah.
have their holiday thing
It's
out right
nice.
now.
I'm not saying it needs to be Christmas based. Like they could have a 4th of July one in America. Doesn't need to go around the rest of the world. But I don't know what else is out there. They could have a Thanksgiving based one in the US. I'm thinking
Easter is usually one.
yeah, that's pretty popular because so much of the world celebrates it, or at least is off for it. I don't know. They could have different things if there's
Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween. That's a great one, actually.
Earth Day.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good one.
Everyone's just a plant.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of it. I hope they keep the mode permanently because it's more fun than the Battle Royale mode.
One more time. What's the mode called?
Holo-Day Bash. HOLO-Day Bash.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I might have to get in there and leech off your skill.
Yeah.
And you can, maybe this time you can make me remember things I've never known to become a better player.
Remember what your past self knew.
I mean, quite honestly, okay, so first of all, I want to point out.
Are you really defending yourself? I'm just...
What? No. I want to point out for you guys, that is an encounter designed for level 5 players. You guys were level 4, and I thought you did a really good job with it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. No,
And so you don't need to be so hard on yourself because you get daddied by an encounter that's designed for someone that's higher level.
Vampire gnats almost killed Bill.
and I did rework the encounter a little bit. I'm not sure if I made it easier or harder, but I just reworked it so that I thought it would have a better flow. the way it's written almost is like everything is kind of there, and if you were to get in a fight with anything, the way I interpreted it originally was that if you get in a fight with anything, it is most likely that everything will just rush you. But also the house is designed like there's not easy ways to traverse, which you guys found out by trying to get around it. So it would be like they're in. It didn't make as much sense to me because I would have had to keep track of too many different NPC like enemies and figure out ways to maneuver them around the house to get where you are. Like I'd almost have to make like every round make perception checks to see if they can figure out where the noise is coming from, and then I'd have to like there's lots of other checks they'd have to make to navigate there quickly. Like it just seemed like it was easier to rework it a little bit so that the way that you came around the house was a more natural way of where the people would be. I didn't really move too many things around. Everything kind of stayed where it originally was, but how they reacted to the stuff that you did, I did change around.
No, I think you're honestly one of the best DMs I've ever played with, and I sent that text because I'm really having a great time. I'm astounded by how well everything works because I tried my hand at DMing, and I know like there's a lot of decisions to make, and making it feel natural is difficult. I'm just being a fucker for content.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to kick it to a break here. We'll catch you on the flip side. We'll talk about how you have no honor. Welcome back.
Everyone giggled because Eric from downstairs was like, "Woo!" And we heard it right before I hit record. Here we are.
So last week, all the games that we reviewed on the Steam sale, I actually went out and bought, and I played a couple of them. I bought that. Remember that game I was all hype about? It was like a Shadow Tactics. You like command a ninja.
Yeah. You mentioned this in a D&D session.
It's fucking terrible. It is so
really?
goddamn boring. I mean, it's just like, it's like a stealth game, but in order to sneak around, you just click.
Oh.
And like from a top-down view, it's so. I got like an hour in it, and I cannot bring myself to boot it up again.
So you literally it's kind of like the Zelda avoiding guards. Like you don't do anything, you just have to be in the right spot.
Yeah. And then you push a button, and then you command them to kill. And then they do, and you like move it. It's just not a fun. It's just not fun. Okay, it's boring. I'll try it again someday. You know, when I have literally nothing else to do. But it was not good so far. The voice acting's okay. I'm pretty sure it's an American guy doing the least offensive Japanese accent he could come up with.
What makes you think he's American?
Because he doesn't sound Japanese to me. But yeah, we're going to look it up. It's going to be like Hirohito Moshimoto is the voice actor, and I'm going to look ridiculous.
That is actually who it is. I checked.
Damn it.
Yeah,
He's from Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Got it. So like you were wrong and right.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you.
A Japanese of Japanese ethnicity has a terrible Japanese accent because he grew up in Wisconsin.
I'd like to point out that there was a post on Reddit the other day on the Apex Legends subreddit that had a picture of 3 of the voice actors, and one of the characters in Apex is a Jamaican woman, and she is voiced by a very large white woman. Yes.
I really was hoping you'd say man for some reason.
Good.
No.
Well, Bill, I hope. I hope.
Totally the opposite.
Right.
Bill, I hope you do pick it up again so that we can all revel in your suffering afterward.
Oh my
Yep.
God, more trains. Just build more trains.
You should try that exact tactic. What's the game called again? You don't remember?
I think it's Shadow Tactics.
Build more
Shadow Tactics.
Train
assassins.
builder.
Train tactics.
Oh my God.
Train tactics.
So, what else did I get?
Shadow trains.
The game that I did want to talk about, I bought finally for probably 50 cents, is Dishonored. Now, has anybody in the room played this game?
I have been wanting to,
Dude,
but I haven't done it.
holy shit, you're going to love it. This game, now it's no surprise, I guess, that I enjoyed this game because it came out in 2012 and everybody then liked it. Everybody's always liked it.
And it's a Bethesda game.
It was released by it was developed by Arcane Studios and published by Bethesda.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can feel the development by a different studio because I encountered a sum total of 0 bugs.
Oh, there are bugs. I've seen them because I watch things.
So it's
Very good, Jake. Good job.
basically the premise is you're the Lord Protector of the Empress and her kid. In this
Sound more disgusted.
almost steampunk kind of world.
It reminds me a lot of BioShock.
Yeah, but it's not like that hardcore steampunk. It's like, how could we run a city as big as a modern city with like a lot of old timey equipment and a little bit of magic?
Steampunk.
So it turns out there's magic in this place, but they don't get into it too awful much. It's just like you can do some magic and then some other boys glow. But you play the game, it's a stealth. It's really a stealth adventure game. And you get multiple ways through the map. The level design is tremendous.
It's a first-person shooter, also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like,
First-person thing.
yeah. It's like your Splinter Cell. You can either, or Hitman or whatever. You can sneak through or you can body people. And I did the sneaky sneak because there's a rating for each, for as you go through the game, how much chaos have you caused?
It's like BioShock.
Low, medium, and high, and it affects your endings and how many psychotic rats there are. They're like packs of rats, and if you're making a lot of chaos and murdering a lot of people, they chomp you up, and you have to like blast them. But anyhow, the idea is that you are Lord Protector of the Empress and her daughter. Some assassins show up and straight up murder the super hot Empress. And it's during a time when this horrible plague is sweeping through the city. So like everybody's real upset about stuff. And then the Empress gets muck ducked. And these assassins steal her daughter. And they appear as if from nowhere. You just see them like boom, 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 blink into existence, and you fight, you kill a couple, and then more come, and you get, I don't know, a hit or something, and they disappear. Well, everybody shows up, and God bless it, the one voice actor, I was like, that guy's going to turn out to be evil, because he shows up and he goes, somebody's like, oh my God, the Lord Protector killed the Empress. And he goes, oh, you did kill the Empress, Corvo. Like, he sells it so, it's so clear that his character's supposed to be like, oh, what a great idea.
Let's blame it on this guy.
So you get thrown in jail and you're going to get executed, and it shows that you're tortured. And you get a letter from a mysterious group, and they say, we're friends of yours. Take this key, it's in this cake or something, and then go through the sewers and find your equipment, and then come meet us, and you'll be our pal. And the first time I played this game, I was like just fucking around casually over at Bridgers, friend of the podcast. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'll just kill these guys, fuck it. I got bodied because it's not like 10 hits with swords and you die. Like, it's like 2, right? Like they have you lock up swords and you have to button mash or you're off balance. If you perfectly counter somebody and then strike them, they are then dead, right? Like you go and you just cut off guards' heads and they go flying across the room.
Like real life.
Yeah, if you sneak up on somebody, you'll like slit their throat, and then a fuckload of blood shoots out, and they go ah, and then they fall, and you gotta hide the body. This is also the same game where instead of killing everybody, because killing people causes chaos, and chaos gives you more rats and worse endings. You can just knock them out. You can choke them out. And when you do, they really loudly go, I guess so that you can tell that they're dead, they're not dead. They're in fact sleeping. And I was like, I took one guy. I was like, ha ha ha. I threw his sleep in. I'm like, oh, stupid game. I threw the guy into the water. I was like, it's so stupid. It doesn't even know he would drown. And it knew he drowned. Like, you can't drop people from too high a sleep. You can't throw them in water because they fucking die and it counts as a kill. So I did some reading. You want to keep it under 20% of all the people in the level. You want to kill less than 20% of all the people in the level if you want low chaos. But as you go on, you like find these whalebone runes. They've been carved into magical shapes, and there's some like dark god or something. I don't know if they really give a lot of information to them, because there's a
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
What's happening?
Oh, look at oh my man.
There's food.
My man.
One more lucky winner.
Holy
my
shit.
What?
No, I'm good.
Eric,
You're a hero.
Dude, come on.
All right. Well,
Eric brought in food. Thank you, Eric.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, Eric and company. Thank
What
you,
is
Devin.
happening?
Why? What is going on?
Hi, everyone.
Wow.
Bye.
What is happening?
Share the Brussels with Jake.
All
What
right.
the fuck just happened?
So
Food fairy.
We just got gifted food.
you get
Two of us.
the rune bones, and you see this like dark god, and he's like, I'm watching you, Corvo. I gotta see what you guys are up to. Bear my mark, and now you have magical powers. So your magical powers are things like summon a pack of rats to eat your enemies and hide the bodies.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's one of them. The other one is the one that I used is blink, so you just like teleport. But they did a really nice job with the mechanics of it, because you don't actually teleport, as in leave this dimension, go through another one, and come back.
Yeah.
You move really fast, so you appear to disappear, because there are these things called walls of light that if you run through them, they just shock you to death. And I was like, I'll just blink through it because I'm a big dick smart boy, and I fucking dropped dead. However, there is a power where you can freeze time for a period of time. And if you touch anything, it then comes into your time. So if you touch a guard, he's like, oh shit.
You gotta kill him in the freeze time.
But you can, but then you can run past traps and stuff. All the powers are really great, I found. What are some other good ones? One, you can possess rats, and then you can possess people, but you can't do very complex things, and then you appear wherever that thing was. So if you're like, shit, I'm about to get found by a guard, you can possess a rat, so you're not found, run with a little ratty poo.
You can be a rat.
Yeah, wherever you need to go, and then you appear out of the rat.
Someone's very into rats who made this game.
Oh my God. There's a character in this game called Granny Waters.
Oh, is this the old lady?
She's this old woman. And the first time I was like sneaking through a house, you meet her in the very beginning of the game. I'm sneaking, and I see some old bitch like talking to herself, crazy. I was like, I'm gonna put her down. So I kill her. And the game's like, Granny Waters mission failed. Like, meet Granny Waters. I was like, ah, shit. So I did a reload. And she's just this psycho old woman who has like a little bit too much magical power. So if you help her out, she gives you cool stuff. Anyhow, the magic system's neat. I'm going to do a second playthrough where I murder everyone.
Evil all the time. Always.
All the time. Evil always. And one of the magical powers is if you assassinate somebody, their body turns to ash. Thus, they cannot be discovered. And if you level it up, everyone you kill turns to ash always, whether you assassinate them or not. And I'm very excited
The
for
distinction
that.
being assassination is like sneaky kill?
Yeah, you sneak up behind them and you slit their throat, or you're like... I mean, and there's some really great kills in this. Like, I fought one of the main baddies, and I finally beat them in combat, and they're really quick. Like they'll counter your strikes, so you got to like time it, and you'll try to shoot them with a gun, and they like move their big dumb bodies out of the way. But like I beat him, and I like my character grabbed his arm and stabbed him in the elbow and pulled him close, and then stabbed him through the side of the head with his little sword, and it came out the other end. It's brutal, man. But it's done in like an almost cartoony art style. Like it's not, everybody moves like Bethesda characters, and there's a lot of story and exposition.
That one girl or lady that you were in, I think she was in a cell maybe, but she was talking to you as she was like crouched down, and she would turn like her head,
okay,
like so, way too much.
Yeah, there was I was wrong. There's not no bugs. There was one that I found where a character is like sitting hunched over, and her shoulders are leaned really far forward,
and like I guess her arms are on her knees.
Yeah, she's like, she's exhausted because she's been tortured. And then I would talk to her from behind her, and her head would simply rotate all the way around to look at me.
And she would casually talk to you.
Yeah, but like she wouldn't like turn her shoulder. Her head just rotated like 180 degrees. And she's like, I'm so exhausted. Don't kill me. All right.
From all the demon possession.
But the voice acting in this game is a lot of fun. They do a lot of, it's like, a whaling town. So they do that fisherman's gravelly voice a lot. The guards all have really fun, almost, it's not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls level of dialogue. Like, he's like, come out here so I can gut you.
Yeah.
And like,
why don't you just die?
Yeah. Why don't you just die?
Be like, of course.
And like, when you get killed by them, which will happen often enough, they go, now the rats can eat your bones. I'm like, Jesus, dude. Fucking dead already, The art style, like, it reminds me of World of Warcraft or Fortnite in that it's a little cartoony. Like, the shoulders are a little too broad. Everybody's got kind of skinny legs, but it looks really, really nice, and it doesn't break immersion at all. It actually helps spin up this world that's almost steampunky, but not as oppressive and frightening as BioShock. Like BioShock has all that metal and bolts and stuff, and this has a lot of that, but it's sort of more like a ship town, and you could see that, like, when everything was running well and there wasn't a horrible plague, this town could probably be pretty nice, right? I feel like if you were in like a lot of these other steampunk games and everybody was like happy, you'd be like, this is still a sinister as fuck world. Yeah. I'm very uncomfortable with the red lights and the horrible chains and like just too much. And the levels aren't exactly huge, but they're really well designed. I don't know if they're like quite Dead Souls level where, oh my God, that goes back there. I can't believe it. But there are all sorts of different ways to sneak around. There's little level puzzles. Like I had to go in either the front door or the back door to get in this fort. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go in that sewer. And I went in the sewer, and it disarmed like the two walls of light that would have killed me on either the front or the back. There's nowhere else to go in there. I just decided to explore a sewer, and I found what I need to find. And the plague turns people into what they're called weepers before they die. Basically zombos. So they're like puking all the time.
They run over to you and puke on you.
Yeah, they run over.
It's so great.
They puke blood on you, and then they take a big chomp out of your arm.
It's like a frat party with too much jungle juice.
Yeah, and God, jungle juice. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Speaking from experience, Frank.
But the voice acting is great. The art style is great. The animations are excellent. The combat is brutal, but not overwhelmingly gory. All the movements really tight. Even the teleportation, the thing that I thought could really undermine the game's design, because you're like, I found a way to get to where I'm not supposed to be. They have it on lock, dude. I couldn't do anything I wasn't supposed to do. And I really didn't get to a point where I was like, that's fucking bullshit. This shouldn't work. Like, I got found like when I shouldn't get found. The line of sight's a little tough. They have these guys called tall boys, and at some point they're like on these really tall
PBR
stilts.
exists?
Yeah.
In this
and they can spot you like no matter where you are.
And they're your enemy.
I guess it's because they're so high up. And basically, it's like if you're above somebody, as long as you're crouched, they won't see you. If you're on the same level as somebody, if you're crouched and in shadows, they won't see you. But like if you're in daylight and crouched, but you're 100 yards away and not covered, they will then see you. So it takes a little getting used to, a little finagling, but it's legit. It didn't feel unfair at any point. There are tons of books with tons of lore. If you talk to everybody, like Jake, I know your play style, if you loot everything and talk to everyone, you're going to find a bunch of side quests that give really cool options that you didn't have before. Like you don't actually have to kill any of the main bad guys, right? You can always find a non-lethal way to dispose of them.
Interesting.
And at one point you go, so one of my favorite parts of the game, you go in, you go to this party with a bunch of rich people, and your character wears a mask. And you can see it on the cover of the game. You're this faceless assassin, so people don't know who you are, but your reputation will precede you. Anyhow, you go to a mask party. What are they called? A gala or something?
Masquerade.
Masquerade, that's it. So everybody's like, that's a disgusting mask. What are you, some sort of jokester? Because you have the same mask as the killer. You guys kill everybody. So you go up and you give this one guy a note, and he's like, and it's from one of your resistance friends, and he goes, he's a fucking pussy, fuck that guy. But he doesn't say it just like that, but they do go like, oh, god damn it, what the fuck? They swear in this game, they say no words. But I like leave that guy, I go in the interior of this party, it's like in a mansion, an old-timey mansion. I never got the appeal. Like every time I walked I go into like an old, they're like, this was the Lord's Manor. I'm like, it's too small. There's a lot of wood. This is uncomfortable. I would hate being alive back then. But we went into this mansion and they had candles everywhere and food, and I was like, oh no shit, this is why this would be fun. It looked amazing. They did a tremendous job. Just the level design in that game. It's not only fun to move through with a ton of different options depending on your playstyle, it looks great. I love this game. I love it. I think I got about 11 or 13 hours out of it. It's an 8-year-old game. You can get it for cheap. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So I went into this thing. I did my secret mission. I left. And that guy who I gave the note, and he said my boy was a big fuckboy. Mm-hmm. We did dueling pistols.
Oh my.
And I fucking murdered him.
Very cool.
And I was like, what a nice touch. It's just so many little things. And I could have been like, I'm not in. If I hadn't talked to the guy in the base, he wouldn't have given me that mission. And if I didn't go talk to the guy there, I would have missed the duel, and I could have gone and left without it's just so well done. The game works so well all around. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. You're like, even if the price was greater than the 11 hours I paid, the $1 and it was greater than $11, I would still recommend it. I mean, I definitely think it's worth $20 for how good it is. And I'm going to play it again. I never want to play these fucking stealth games again. But this one I do, because now I can murder everybody and be evil. And it's just tight. It's just tight. The story's tight. Mechanics are tight. Magic's tight. Everything's good.
There is a sequel too.
Yeah, and so it's already there. I'm all fired up. I want some more of that sweet Dishonored, and it's already here, and it's fucking cheap. God bless this game. So I give it 5 dead guards out of 5. This is a one of the best games of this style that I've ever played, and it was so nice to go back to like your typical single player story game, right? Like, yeah. I feel like I haven't played that in ages. Everything's like zombie Minecraft or sandbox or battle royale or whatever, fucking MMO strategy game. It was just nice to get back to basics. Oh, here we go. Dishonored Complete Collection, $23.99. God damn it. It's so nice. All right. So before we move on to the Steam sale, let's cover, 'tis the season of Christmas and other things. Mm-hmm. Home Alone. Have we all seen this movie?
Sure.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Of course.
Home Alone is Macaulay Culkin.
Machali Hoho.
Yeah, now he's on Red Letter Media.
A lot.
He's pretty great on there.
He has his own podcast too, which is pretty funny.
He stars as this child whose family neglects him deeply, and they fly across the country and forget about him. So the mother, to go save the child who's at home by himself, rides in the back of a moving van with Uncle Buck and the rest of his saxophone gang. 10 strange men in the back of a van with no seatbelts. And then she gets home. And meanwhile, murderous dum-dums are trying to break into
The Wet Bandits.
They're trying to break into Macaulay Culkin's house, and instead of being like, "There's a child here, let's leave," because they've already burgled like 7 houses on the block, and the one dum-dum turns on everybody's water to flood the house. So
he stuffs the drain with like washcloths or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a fucking idiot. Instead of that, and like the kid, Macaulay Culkin fights back, and he makes all these like serial killer level traps, like a nail board. He heats up a handle. He shoots a guy in the balls with a BB gun. He puts tar on the. It's just so fucking crazy.
Classic Christmas stuff.
Yeah, it's so happy holidays, and he defends the homestead.
It's like Jackass for 8-year-olds and old men.
Yeah, and now there is
simultaneously.
Saw for 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
Well, what's that movie he's obsessed with? Like in the movie, he's watching that one.
The gangster movie?
The gangster movie, yeah. What's
I
it?
think it was called, it had something angel in it, because
I don't know, but he's obsessed with this like gangster movie, and the one scene that he loves is when the guy just loads someone full of lead, and he thinks it's the funniest thing. So it's not surprising that has murderous intent.
There's a second movie where this happens again, but he's in a New York hotel room or some garbage.
he makes it to the airport this time, but gets on the wrong flight.
Yeah, and what I was really impressed was they have the that black and white movie with the guy with the Tommy gun. I'm going to pump you full of lead, but he shoots a whammon in this one. He shoots a whammon with his Tommy gun. I was like, that's fucking progressive. So anyway,
For like 1992
equality, bitch.
or whatever it is.
now if you watch this movie, it is much more interesting if you frame it in that the
Wet Bandits.
Wet Bandits, Marv and Harry or something,
I think so.
Harry, I think, yeah.
Marvin.
are actually Vietnam veterans in the midst of a flashback. And they're they're breaking into houses because they couldn't get back on their feet in civilian life. And then at one point, Macaulay Culkin throws firecrackers, and like the guy freaks out at firecrackers, the tall one. And then he's launched into a flashback, right? So they're not actually going after a kid to steal stuff. They're raiding a little hut or a compound in Vietnam, and the Agent Orange has eaten away their brains, so they don't know what's going on. Now, if you watch the movie and that is the storyline that you apply, it's very different tone, way more sympathetic to different characters. I highly recommend it. Just go in and give it a try.
It's like,
just give it a try.
I'm already imagining what that would be like, and
you're more active as a viewer
Yeah.
if you do this.
Yeah, it's very engaging.
A little bit of headcanon.
Did you know that there's a 4th Home Alone movie?
There
There's
is?
a third.
Yeah.
one.
Did you know that it's crap?
Oh, I've seen it.
It doesn't even
He's
have
never even home alone. In fact, there's a party full of people in the house.
He doesn't even have. He's
What?
not even a little Aryan boy.
No, he's some
I
other
know.
rich
He's
kid.
got-
so unbelievable.
Home with company.
He's got brown hair and I think slate gray eyes.
Well,
What the fuck?
Home Alone 3 didn't have Macaulay Culkin.
Corn cob.
Corn cob.
McRib corn cob.
He goes by Mac.
Well, that's good.
Mac is not in number 3.
I don't.
Therefore, it is also garbage.
But is he?
He's probably like 15.
Is he an
by that point.
Aryan? Because I don't need to be looking in a mirror. Okay, I don't need to see some brown-haired, brown-eyed, brown-bearded little fuck boy.
Okay,
Brown bearded boy.
child.
Do you feel overrepresented?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm tired of it.
Feel being singled out.
The number one thing I think of when I think of you is fuckboy.
Oh. Well, all right.
So, I mean,
So anyhow,
There are worse things.
that's my recommendation. The other thing I want to talk about, only briefly, there's only there are only 2 days when it is appropriate to play Christmas music. Okay.
Halloween
Okay.
and 4th of July.
Correct.
Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Here.
The rest of it, radio stations. I know you're playing music for free because it's all old. The worst genre ever. No one's made a new fucking song. It's all stupid. Everybody who made the classic songs is now dead. Okay. Boring. Like, imagine another genre where all they did was just
Mariah Carey's still alive.
Dumb
They
music
just-
bitches.
they just do the same songs over and over and over. There are 2 exceptions to that rule. 2, count them, 2, 1, 2 exceptions to the no Christmas songs outside of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It is Jingle Bell Rock. Ba-dum, bum, bum. Jingle bell, jingle
Okay,
bell,
okay.
jingle bell rock.
Which is a swing tune for the record.
And number 2 is
Number 2, Dominique the Christmas.
Dominique.
Yeah, Dominic the Christmas donkey.
What the fuck
It
is
has
that?
Christmas in the title.
Skinny
See, I
Murray.
didn't know it either.
Hee-haw. It's Dominic the donkey.
I'm vetoing
Skinny
these
Murray.
exceptions.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. Italian Christmas donkey. Wow, wow, wow.
Veto.
Wow, wow. Dude,
Yeah, I'm still
Bill?
not convinced it's an
Yeah,
actual
we need to
Bill,
Don
can I-
veto that shit.
Bill,
These
can I
songs
just?
are not in good order.
I just want to record Bill going hee haw for my text message alert.
hee-haw, hee-haw.
I could clip it.
What the fuck is an Italian Christmas donkey? I don't know, but
What the fuck
Dominic's
is a Christmas donkey?
Frank, an Italian Christmas donkey.
What the hell is a donkey?
What the hell is a Christmas?
You don't know what a donkey is?
What the hell is
Have you been to a donkey show?
No.
I'm sorry, there's
Tijuana.
donkey shows?
Yeah, have you been to a donkey show?
No.
Don't
I
ask.
don't want to answer that question.
ask.
Has it gotten donkey punched?
Bill has.
Christmas donkey punch?
Chris turned on me.
It's an Italian Christmas donkey punch.
It's under the
I
mistletoe.
want to hear that song.
Italian Christmas donkey punch.
Listen here, you fucking guy. I'm gonna ram my fucking fist right down your fucking throat.
Oh my god.
Skinny Marik.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Skinny Marik. The Italian Christmas donkey punch.
Chris is from Jersey too. He,
Yeah, I can
wise
pull this
guy.
off.
All right, so you can take that shit to the bank.
Yep. Royalties.
All right. One of you 2 guys want to give us a little bit of sauce before we hit the steam sale? Or we can go right to the steam sale. It's up to
You're
you.
a sauce.
I actually wanted to make a quick shout out to someone.
Okay, go ahead.
Now,
Jesus.
No. He and I met playing HOTS on the
Jesus.
internets like 3 years ago. And I took a hiatus from HOTS, so it's been quite a while.
it
But
Jesus?
recently,
Jesus.
But recently I hopped back on and we chatted for a little bit. And I found out that he is still watching and listening to our podcast.
What?
Oh.
So shout
Guys,
outs.
we have one more person other than Bill's
I know.
dad.
So shout outs to Humongous, our listener.
Your support is humongous.
Ah.
I'm gonna go pee in your
So
pool
there we
later.
go.
Is he
If
on
you
Steam?
listen-
Is he on Steam?
He's on Steam.
Give me his
Should we like
user
downgrade
ID.
his page and be like, hey, fans, we like fans. You
No,
should
give
be
him
our
a give
fan."
him
Just be extra creepy.
send me his user ID or whatever the hell it's called, his Steam ID, and I'll send him a game.
All right.
Just a game.
Yeah, whatever.
game.
I
A
pick.
singular.
Goat Simulator.
No.
Well, while we're on the subject of shout outs, my cousin Andrew has also been listening.
Andrew.
Hey, we're not buying you a game though.
I'm gonna pee in your pool later
Just kidding.
too.
Well, we went.
Never mind.
We just went through our entire audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're up to
There
3.
we go. Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
No, I have some other friends who listen regularly too.
right,
But they're
well,
not cool enough. So
Appreciate all of that.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
It's
I don't know.
outside.
music from the other room.
1983.
Is Eric playing music so loud that we can hear it in here?
I
Yeah.
think he's trying to make it onto the show in some small way.
I invited
he's
him
already-
on.
yeah.
I also invited his friend on.
Yeah,
Oh, fucker.
he's
Oh, because I made that promise
Being a dorko.
to myself and our huge audience that I was going to. Was my gut hanging out? Is that what you were looking at? My gut is hanging out
I
though.
mean, it's beautiful. It's admiring.
No, that I was gonna go do comedy by the end of December.
Oh yeah,
And then
stand up.
I picked. I was gonna go to this place with Eric, but he keeps fucking flaking, and I was like, "We gotta go Christmas Eve because it's on Tuesdays." He's like, "February, bro, February." So
Not even
in January?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, he's like,
he said he made a bet that he was someone else that he would do it by February.
yeah. So
I think he said January. He's down.
yeah, so I'm applying for an official extension, and since I guess I'm the authority here, I grant it. So,
I didn't vote for it.
all right. Well,
I didn't vote for you.
Exactly.
I'm taught in the water. That's it. I did it.
All right. Steam sale.
Steam
Here's a
sale. All
sword.
right, let's get to Steam
sale.
sale.
Steam sale.
sale.
Okay, stop.
Hey. Extended version.
Beautiful. Extended? That was truncated. It was a bridge.
That was cold water into your body
All right,
version.
so we are in the midst of the Winter Sale 2019. So the standard special offers thing that we usually scroll through is not available. So we got a big old list of shit here. It's all marked down. We
Hey,
could
shit.
probably do this for quite a while if we choose to. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see where we go here. Start at the top. What do we got? We got Europa Universalis 4, which a couple of y'all been playing. Now on sale, 75% off at $9.99.
Going once, going twice.
I mean,
100%.
all the DLC is also on sale. So
Fuck yeah.
I have the 3 big DLCs for it, which is like
Let's have a look at it.
Art of Conquest, Common Sense, and there's one other one in there.
Extreme edition for $11.
Extreme.
Yeah, it's none of those.
Why is it so extreme?
Here's the issue. For me, the complete bundle, which I've been eyeballing, is still $110.
Yeah. I mean, this is a typical. So this is another Paradox game where it just has a million DLCs. That's the one that I got there. The Rights of Man, Common Sense, and Art of War.
AKA the Empire Founder Pack.
Yes, very, very good deal.
There's a strategy collection. It's a whole bunch of games wrapped up.
Oh
in
shit!
one.
Imperator is
Stellaris.
supposed to be like the spiritual successor to EU4.
Yeah. Imperator Rome came out this year. Crusader Kings 2 was 2012. Arts of Iron 4 2016. Stellaris 2016, and Europa Universalis 4, all in a little pack here for $47. Which I've seen quite a bit of gameplay with several of these, and I know y'all have played at least 2 of these, probably more. It seems like a good deal if you're into that sort of strategy thing.
Yeah, great game.
So yeah, okay, some
GG.
interesting deals. That $110 one's a little disappointing, but other than that,
You get so much stuff for it. It's probably not all worth it though.
I want to hit a few of these kind of quickly because many of them we've seen before. Hollow Knight for $7.49. We Happy Few for that's not great, $24. Farming Simulator, Jurassic World for $9.
I
Feels
picked
like
up
that.
Jurassic World Evolution, and I do like it as like a break from everything. It is, I would say, it's great for $8.99, but the regular price of $44.99, I would be pissed as shit if I
Yeah.
paid that amount for
Second
it.
that motion.
Because
Agreed.
it's nice and like it looks nice, but some of the building I have a lot of complaints about, and it's a building game. But yeah, it's good for $8.99.
Okay, we got For Honor for $7.49, which is half off, so it's already $15. Which, from what I hear, if you like fighters, it's fun. If not a fully faithful representation of the demographics there. Age of Empires for $5.
Remastered. That's probably not a bad deal.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
What is
See what else?
Blair Witch?
Divinity. I'm sorry. Could you scroll up a little bit? The Divinity franchise on sale. Very, very good games for those of you
shit.
that are D&D fans or in general fans of like some of the most classic games of all time, like Baldur's Gate, the original Fallouts. What else was big back in that day? There was a whole series. It all stretches back to the original Baldur's Gate, but there was a whole series of games developed by that studio and similar studios that employed a lot of the same people that led all the way up to classics like Mass Effect and BioShock.
No shit.
It all started with Baldur's Gate. Those people, they also developed the original Fallouts, and there were some other like really classic RPGs from the late 90s. So yeah, and this is kind of like a couple of people that worked on those teams work for Larian Studios who developed this, and then they were picked to make Baldur's Gate 3, which will be coming out within the next year or two. Very interesting. So if you like those games, the classics that we talk about from like the late 90s, early 2000s, Divinity is like probably the best representation of that in current modern day gaming.
Nice. Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition, $24.74. Divinity Original Sin, I guess the first one, Enhanced Edition, $14. I'm going to say that they might not have everything, but I'll assume that they do. Then we have the Divinity Anthology, which looks like a predecessor series just based on the graphic here.
All the games set in the Divinity universe? All the games in the universe?
I don't think it's everything.
It's literally every single game ever made.
Oh, it's
anywhere.
like 3 games.
Yeah, it's like I think it's the okay, Divinity, Beyond Divinity, Divine Divinity, Divinity 2 Developers Cut, which are all I guess predecessors to Divinity 2. So and at $3, I guess that's your kind of ticket in to the franchise if you haven't yet. So that's kind of sweet. Steam just had a minor conniption here. What else we got? Farming Simulator, hooray!
I might have to pick that up. I'm ready.
What if it's just
what's
build more
really
tractors?
jumping out to me here?
I'm sorry. What is Ultimate Chicken Horse?
Yeah.
It's $7.49. Overwhelmingly positive. 2016.
It's a little platform game.
Party game.
You build the level as you play, setting traps and hazards to screw your friends over.
Oh,
It's a player. It's like a party game. Oh,
Yeah, it
it's so
looks
fun.
Okay.
too easy. No
Except
points
you're like a horse.
So I guess the designer of the level gets points for
for how difficult the
fucking the
contraption
other
is.
players.
There's chainsaws there.
Okay, yeah. So it's a side
Oh, it's
scrolling.
fun.
It's a party based side scrolling platformer.
That actually looks pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's an interesting idea.
For $7.99.
$7.49.
$7.49.
Yeah, and there's some packs here that
Multiplayer
include
pack.
it
Does look like a money grab.
a little bit. I don't know.
But that does, I mean, yeah, probably
fun.
fun.
It could be fun, especially if you host a lot of parties.
Ooh, did you see GTFO down there? I hear that's really
yeah,
good.
the pay. I'm not gonna jump ahead because
Okay.
Steam is reloading this entire page from scratch instead of like building a cache, so it looks really strange every time we come back to it. Now, what else jumps out here?
Dark Souls 3 for $15. We've gone
Undertale.
over that before.
Undertale for $3.99. Yeah, worth it. Stardew Valley for $9. If you like 2D,
7 Days to Die for $9.
Yeah, $8.49.
Absolutely.
It went on
Hard
sale
yes.
a few weeks ago, and if I mean I can't recommend it more. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt 12
Hard yes.
bucks.
Hard yes. Hard yes.
Already
Hard yes.
$2, $48. A little bit of a
Frank,
discount
do you
on a
already
brand
have
new game.
Witcher
Not bad.
3?
Yes.
Okay.
I heard Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is actually pretty good.
I heard it was
Yeah,
very good
I
too.
heard good things too. It doesn't have a huge discount right now, but it did just come out. So for basically $10 off at $49.79, the new Star Wars game. If you're into that franchise, things have been good. I haven't looked too deep at it. One of our viewers, Dale, who I speak to regularly, has been spending a lot of time on this game, and that's where I've heard most of my positive feedback about it. Destiny 2 is free to play right now. Actually, let's see if that's permanent. That'd be a huge surprise. I doubt it though.
I think it is a free to play game. It's all DLC now.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Still sucks.
Let's see. Civ 6, $15. Rainbow Six
Never
Siege,
bad.
$8. GTA 5, $15, but that's not a surprise.
What is Disco Elysium? Oh, it's still way too much money.
Yeah. Monster Hunter World, another game I've heard excellent things about for 60% off at $24.
Ooh, I've been waiting for it to go down. I've been wanting to play that.
It is on Game Pass.
Yeah.
So there is that.
What else we got?
No one cares about your
No Man's
Game
Sky,
Pass, Frank.
$30, man. How is that
Plague
game
Tale's
still
good.
Price?
Plague Tale looks really good. It's definitely a cool take. It's just beautiful looking.
But I thought PUBG
And there's lots
was
of rats.
free.
No. PUBG
There's lots
is
of
a real
rats.
game.
Well,
Yeah.
Fortnite is free.
you
PUBG
get to
is
control them.
PUBG is half off at $15. Stellaris is $10.
I think I bought like the $100, like the equivalent of the EU4 for like $100. I think I bought that for Stellaris. I've not played 100 hours of it yet, but I'm sure I will eventually. I'll get there.
Yeah.
This probably isn't everything, but
There's a lot of stuff on here though.
future
What's the
franchises,
Winter
the
Sale?
Darksiders franchise.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock
franchise.
Holmes, I heard,
Oh.
is very good.
I've started actually reading the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
It's weird.
Pretty good. It's
Yeah.
on
Tomb Raider.
Hitman.
Tomb Raider, the new
Ooh.
Tomb Raider
Ooh,
franchise.
Hitmarn. I might have to get this.
Yeah. Tomb Raider franchise.
If no one has played the new Tomb Raider franchise, all 3 games extremely good. Also, again, Game Pass for free.
Ooh.
I want to take a look at that actually. Tomb Raider collection. Oh my God, is that everything?
Oh wow, look at that bundle.
Bro.
That's cheap.
Wait, is that
For all
everything?
that?
Oh shit! I thought I already had all of them. But
Might have
Oh
to
my
go back
god!
and
Look
check.
at that markdown.
Wow.
Rise of the Tomb Raider, all DLCs. Tomb Raider Game of the Year.
1 through
anniversary.
8.
Oh my
Tomb
God.
Raider.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1 through 8. Tomb Raiders 1 through 8. Lara Croft and all these other
How do you
Minecraft
not
Go.
get that?
Yeah, no, it's every
That's
Tomb
the
Raider
porn.
game for $37.50.
It's the porn.
Wow.
That's surprising.
86% off.
That's surprising and quite good.
Damn.
That is an interesting contender. There, see, like I was scrolling through these earlier on, and I was like, man, this is going to be a great Steam sale. Like, there's a lot of really competitive offers right now.
Yeah, you know, it's the fourth quarter. You got to pump out the deals to get people to open up their wallets.
Yeah. Hey, we're all the better for it.
Life Z. That looks like another 7. No, it's not.
No, it's got like an isometric thing going on, but
Here's a surprise for me. The Halo the Master Chief collection, $40 still, no discount.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a top seller.
hasn't that been out since like the early, like some of like within the first couple of years of the Xbox One?
Yes.
It's been out forever.
And it's still.
Well, didn't they just add Reach?
Yeah,
Yes, they
just
did.
To it.
something.
Okay, but
See what's going on here.
like whatever. Oh, this says December 3rd, 2019, but it's obviously like a new iteration.
And they're putting Halo Wars in there now.
That's kind of cool.
Okay. Well, we can keep looking, or I mean, we have a lot to chew on as it is, so I'll leave it up to you guys.
Yeah, I think we can call it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, who's going first?
I'll get us started. I think there's just so much to choose. I would, were I the average person, I would absolutely pick up the Tomb Raider for $37. I would pick up Witcher, and let me think. Can you scroll up a little bit? There's something I forgot. 7 Herps to Derp. Darkest Dungeon for $7.50. There's so like, pick a number, maybe pick $100 and call it a Christmas present to yourself. Buy some of the big titles that you know that you've wanted, but do yourself a favor and pick up some early entries to real cheap early entries like the Divinity series. Pick up the first Divinity for 99 cents. Because if you like that one, there's so much more content, just like I did with Dishonored. I already have Dishonored 2 there, and that's going to be cheap too. But instead of saying everything, if I had to pick just one package, we'll say it would be the Lara Croft thing. That's just so good.
Okay, very nice.
I would agree with Bill. $38 with tax, I think, was about where it came to. Or that was probably 13 or 14 games, some of which are new, and all of which, or not all of which, I'm sorry, those 3 newer ones that debuted on the Xbox and are on they're on Game Pass for free, but they are in 4K. You're talking like top of the line games, you're going to get 3 of them, plus all the old ones, less than $40. Not going to top that.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Witcher is a good buy because I'm interested in playing Witcher, but I found out that it's already on my computer. But I think the Tomb Raider entire collection for less than $40 is a no-brainer here.
I mean, I'm going to agree with everyone, but also I've only heard good things about Undertale, and I can't remember how much it cost on here, but that's really the only other one I would be interested in.
$3.99.
So, yeah.
Done deal.
Nice. I agree with everyone here. No, I'm kidding.
Piggybacking.
We're all going to agree about Lara Croft, and no one's going to actually...
I'm gonna break from all y'all's. Bill kind of had me sold on Dishonored, and the complete collection is $23.99, 70% off. So I'm gonna go with that.
Coming in from the back. That's excellent. Fuck. We didn't spot the Resident Evil 2 remake. 2/3.
Oh,
for
I'm getting
$20.
that.
That's pretty good too. Yeah, man, I'm really torn. I mean, the Lara Croft thing is a no-brainer, but so is The Witcher 2. But I mean, if I didn't already have it, so is 7 Days to Die. So RDR2 even for 20% off is solid for PC if you haven't played it yet. It's too good. I'm legitimately torn. I keep falling on Monster Hunter. It might be time to pull that trigger.
Oh yeah.
At 60% off.
Oh,
I
and
think
you
that's
should
the
also
pick.
pick up Dishonored. You're going to really like
Yeah,
it.
I actually already have the first one. I just haven't played it yet.
My man.
Yep. So yeah, I think that wraps it up, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody for joining us. That's another great installment. if you were one of the if you're one of our listeners, leave us a message or contact anybody on the show that you know, and I'll send you a game. Happy holidays. Thanks for listening.
Damn, what an offer. While supplies last, aka the contents of Bill's bank account.
Yeah. But thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the new year. I think next week.
We might do next week. I mean, it depends.
Yeah.
We try to aim to have at least 4 people on hand. But if we skip it, we skip it, and if so, we'll see you with season 4, Two Guns No Ammo,
Is there
2020.
really already?
Shit! Wow.
Happy holidays.
Whew.
Pick up your candy canes and don't forget to never not
But always
jingle
do.
roasted candy nuts. Cock 'em, lock 'em, and rock 'em, baby.
Bang.
Bang.
Bang. Bang. Bang. Bang. Bang. Bang.